Why is everything like this for me?
Oh, no worries. We've all done it.
Nothing, just I had a mild brain cramp. I had a moment on a very small brain.
Okay, there we go.
do, 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 do,
Right, I am in
do.
the chat.
Copy link. Share. Tweet. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do.
When did I get soot on my hand?
I'd ask questions, but at this point I've learned it's better not to.
Hmm. Hello, Simon.
Paste. Paste. Just excuse me while I ping around to the various self-promo things.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, one of Charlotte's spells is called Corpse Hunting Briar Tree.
Even the name is extra.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now let's grab all three of these, hide them for now, bring this up over here, put that down, there we go, and we are on the move. Yes, this is sort of, no,
Yes,
this,
Black
this,
Clover.
yes, this isn't a character I've really done a lot with. They've mostly just kind of existed in the back of my head.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided that, well, I was sitting here doing setup for trying to figure out, okay, what am I gonna draw? And since I'd brought them up to Mumsy, my delightful co-host for today,
I'm
I
delightful.
delightful if slightly cursed.
Yeah.
Brought her up. I figured, well, might as well draw her. So she goes by Aurora, but I'm not sure at the moment because this is a character still very in development if that's
Mm-hmm.
her genuine name or if it's just an alias she's using.
Mm-hmm.
Because both are equally probable.
Yeah.
Hello. But yeah. Um the name she's going by upon introduction is Aurora, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
not sure at this stage if that's her actual name or if it's an alias because she does kinda have reason to use an alias.
Yeah. As long as it's not like the Captain of the Purple Orcas, because Captain of the Purple Orcas is a bit of an asshat. We'll say that much.
Right.
And he's kind of doomed the kingdom by aiding and abetting terrorists. So
Well, I have the feeling there's going to be rapid onset consequences for his decision making.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, they did. The captain of the Aqua Deer was hilarious. He decided to make a painting out of him.
Why do I have a feeling that's far messier than it should be?
No, he just sort of restricted his movements by placing him inside a giant spa, basically, looking kind of a serene painting.
That sounds both hilarious and extremely disconcerting.
Mm-hmm. He called him the drowning captain.
That's nice, but also kind of concerning. So, I suppose I should probably start with explaining why she feels the need to use an alias. Mums? Are you with me? Ah, okay. We'll come back to that.
Sorry, what was that?
It's okay, it's just. So. And is she an author? No, she. It is not a pen name type alias. Basically, Aurora's issue. One, uh, she hails from an air. She once her magic came in and they realized how strong it was, she kinda had to leave town very, very quickly.
Mm. Probably amplified even more when her grimoire came when she was 15.
Yeah. Well, when the grimoire came is when it was decided, okay, you gotta go.
Mm.
And this was not due to any, like, disdain for her type of magic. No, this was the same type of magic that the rest of her family had. She just couldn't stay where she was with this type of magic.
Mm.
Basically, her parents had, probably rightly founded, concerns that she would be mistreated into using her magic for other people.
Yeah, for a nefarious means.
Yes, instead of using it for herself
Mm.
and the things that make her happy.
Yeah.
What type of magic? Well, the initial.
With black. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
No, you do a little bit of Black Clover magic system while I do my best to not turn these feet into eldritch abominations.
Okie doke. So with Black Clover, anything that you do on a daily basis could be considered magic. So, for example, everyone in the world has magic, but everyone has varying degrees of mana depending on your standing in society. So most of the peasants have little to no magic whatsoever.
And are
And
restricted to for D&D speak, restricted to cantrip tier spells.
basically, spells that would help them with agriculture and just daily life. Then you have the nobles who have obscene amounts of magic and are regarded as almost god tier. And then there's the royals, the most corrupt class going, who believe that they are above everyone else. But some of them have joined the Magic Knights to prove that they too
We
can.
aren't all pricks.
Basically. And one of the few people that's sort of taken on that sort of moniker was a man named Fugolion Familian, who's a member of the royal house who decided that yes, he will let commoners join his ranks for the sole purpose of we're all here, we all live, and we are all here to help protect our home, basically, from the other countries neighboring us.
We all live here.
Hmm.
But
But
anyway,
he's also a person that would go, listen, I understand that you want to be a magic knight, but you either have really bad magic control or not enough mana to do so.
yeah, and
And
the
he
thing
would,
is, that's not anybody's fault.
no. That's just something that they were born with, and he doesn't want to put them in the firing line when they're
When they could
stopping wars.
when they could get hurt.
Yeah.
But
One of my
anyway,
favorite lines from them is they were talking to another royal who happens to be his second cousin, I think. And she basically freezes up in the middle of a fight, and he gives her a karate chop on the head, tells her, this is a battlefield, this isn't the time to be spacing out. And
now
then
is not the time,
Yeah.
you little creature.
He turns around and then he says the words which I think I will say for the rest of my life, which is basically, there is nothing wrong with being scared and being weak. Staying weak is the only dishonor that you will ever have for yourself.
Right.
And she took those words of encouragement to better herself. And she actually gained something from it that she didn't think that she would get. The ability to fight back, as it were. It does sound like the origin of a Fates franchise, to be fair.
It's like Origin from the...
Yeah.
Anywho. So, yeah. So, basically, everybody has magic in some way or the other.
Mm-hmm. And some are more rare than others.
Yes. Now, this girl, Aurora, or, well, that's the name she's choosing to go by, that may or may not be her real name,
Mm-hmm.
has what can... In my head, I describe it as being like, in my head, I describe it as being like nature magic, but I might...
Yep. That's a legitimate
Arcanum type.
Yeah. There are plant-based magic types.
Yeah. So, the question that is probably occurring is, okay, so she can do plant shenanigans. Why does that mean she had to sort of leave town when her magic came in.
Mm.
Well, one of the things her magic could do is sort of amplify a a plant's yield,
Yeah. Okay.
which is where you see the problems arising.
Hmm. She's basically cursed, basically. All right, I just gotta go get the door. All right, it was an Amazon delivery for the 100.
Cool.
Right. Right.
You, you mentioned, well, you said something about cursed.
Yes, so there's lots of curses in the Black Clover sort of thing,
World building.
world building. And a few people in the show that have curses, for example, a man named Gordon. His magic is a family curse.
Ah,
Who they prayed to a demon at some point and it cursed their family, basically.
bit much, but okay.
So they look all alike, which is incredibly
Creepy.
scary, very creepy. They live in a haunted house,
They're probably used to it.
and they all have cursed poison magic of sorts, basically. So
Okay.
he became a magic knight after Yami found him and was just like, "You're very creepy, but I like you. Please join my squad." And he's very quiet and he doesn't really know how to make friends because his parents were just like, "Listen, I understand you want to make friends, but
That's not
you could hurt
gonna
people." Yeah.
that's not gonna be how this plays out, kiddo.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah. He kind of looks like Marilyn Manson as well.
right. So basically with Aurora, which is what I'm gonna call her until I think of whether that's her actual name or just one she made up on the spot when asked, so who are you, in fact, and why do you want to come into the city?
Mm.
Basically, a lot of the people in her family, with some natural variances to account for heredity,
Hmm.
have had this magic very strongly tied to nature and plant life.
Yeah.
As a not as like a direct result, but as a definite side effect.
Hmm.
a lot of the members of her family kind of, well, a lot of them don't exactly people very well, but that's more to do with the fact that they lived in the woods.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. If that's the case, then you could say that she might have been from the originally from the Forest of Witches.
That's probably it, and probably explains why her ability to people is so bad.
Yeah, basically the witches that live in the witches that live in the Forest of Witches don't like outsiders, and in fact, if they see a man, that they're basically told to kill them on sight, basically,
Right?
or at least tell their queen, who then deals with said people.
Usually with murder.
Yes, and it's an all-girls thing as well. Strangely enough, no men needed, as it were, because the Witch Queen has got magic of her own to produce offspring.
I can do things.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice, and also extremely concerning.
Mm-hmm. She's also seeking for perfection, the perfect magic, the perfect being. And she wants to either, if she can't be that person, she wants to control that person. That's basically her motives.
You ask why? This might be one of those, don't ask questions you don't want the answer to.
Yeah, basically.
The mirror. Okay, where the hell did it go? Get back here, renegade eyeball. Aha! There you are.
Boop.
Now just to fix where that's ended up.
Yeah, no, she has interesting magic. She has blood magic, which is why she's lived for so long and also has the ability to create others.
Right. Still, that is extremely creepy.
Mm-hmm. And her children vary from different sort of magic types and everything else,
Each kid's from a different batch.
basically.
So, anyways, regarding Aurora,
Mm.
while she may have been from that sort of background, she's probably not from that exact region
Mm-hmm.
because she doesn't exactly have the oh look, it's male.
Yeah, yeah.
In truth, she's a very sort of gentle, kind person. Not one you
Mm-hmm.
want to cross,
Yeah.
but still very gentle and kind.
Mm-hmm. One thing about the Witch Queen that is very interesting is that she does allow her daughters to find their own lives, as long as she doesn't deem them useful to her.
Right. Now, her magic, which is very tied to plant life, can be sort of a. So, let's say somebody wanted to use her magic to kind of force a unnatural degree of bounty.
Mm-hmm.
She could, by the same hand, blight the area.
Yeah,
As nature giveth, nature taketh away.
makes sense.
Now, I am basing a lot of her clothing off of sort of Nordic type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So she has like this little over apron, looking thing that goes over her dress.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just sizing it up to see where it should end on her.
Yeah.
So, right about there. Yes, a scandal of all scandals exposes her knees. Newsflash. She don't care. Yeah, she's one of those sorts who, like, now, to sort of, yeah, to, she doesn't like using her magic to hurt people, but she will not hesitate if they start it.
Yeah.
She does sort of prefer using her magic to protect instead of to do harm.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, if you're looking for somebody to put up some kind of like barrier or something, she's very much your girl.
Makes sense.
Her biggest sort of concern slash conflict is that, well, aside from the obvious, the people who are trying to find me to misuse me for my magic get their hands on me. That's like her sort of big concern. But beyond that, it's mostly just that. So, to get into where she's sort of quote unquote taken shelter, she might have told a bit of a lie and said she didn't remember anything about herself.
Mm-hmm.
And her biggest concern at the moment is that fib comes undone.
Yeah.
Because she's not sure that she'd be allowed to stay,
Mm-hmm.
given that basically she told a colossal lie about herself and, well, everything.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what region she'd be from,
Mm-hmm.
that being exploited for her magic is a concern of hers.
She could be from the Spade Kingdom, maybe,
Which has that as a
or the
problem.
Diamond Kingdom, or the Diamond Kingdom. The Diamond Kingdom has,
A lot of problems.
Yeah, the Diamond Kingdom has a lot of problems with experimentation on humans.
So this young lady who manifests a very powerful magic type is just like, hi. Her, nope,
Hmm.
nope, 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 nope. I choose life.
Yeah.
Her sort of biggest worry is that things will never change and she'll never be able to go home.
Mm.
If she'd left of her own accord, that would be a bit different, but because departing was not her choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, she. Another thing she tends to do is sort of disguise the sort of actuality of her magic.
Hmm.
Like, instead of it being magic tied to nature and growth and all that good stuff, it's like, so what magic do you do? Thorns? Okay, cool. You might be related to so and so, her. If I am, this is going to be the most awkward family reunion ever.
Yeah.
And I don't know about it.
Yeah.
Fun.
Hmm.
She tries not to be, but she is a very sort of anxious person.
Mm.
And which order does she belong to? Well, that's the thing. I haven't actually decided which order or guild she belongs to
Hmm. There are some decent options
for
because
her.
yeah, the Blue Rose Knights,
Might
I'd
just
say,
snap her up
yeah,
because very talented young lady.
yeah, basically. Um, there's the you see, I wouldn't be surprised if Fagolion would pick you, the
Hello,
Crimson Lion
darling.
Kings.
Good. How are you? That's good. Love you. Sorry, you were saying? So,
Uh, the
Crimson Lion dude might
Lion
snap her
King,
up?
yeah, the Crimson Lion Kings might snap her up for her
Because, because again,
because
very powerful, very interesting magic.
mhm. The only person I would think that would kind of go, maybe not, would probably be William Vengeance, because it's William Vengeance, and
That
he's
does,
very picky.
right, because he's a picky sod and somebody who's just turned up on the doorstep with as little personal information as possible. Just that's a potential risk to my continued health and safety. I think not.
Basically.
So her at this point in the point in her character arc I'm drawing her at, she does not have an order or a guild yet. And she's kind of touring
Oh,
around, if that makes sense.
you kind of dropped out.
Oh, I seem to be back in though.
Yeah. Um, just need, just, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, no, your screen's gone now.
Oh, son of a sea biscuit. It's alright, don't worry about it. Oh dear, Discord must have decided to update on me.
Yep.
Delightful.
Mm-hmm.
Just delightful. Anyways, there we go. Much better.
Oh, there we go. Hey, I see again. There we go.
Yeah. I'm not sure how she gets that sort of disguise, quote unquote, to work. It's potentially anything from glad you like it. It's anything.
Yay!
Yeah, it's potentially anything really from faking memory loss.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't have this information because I don't remember.
Mm-hmm. Just don't go anywhere near the Wizard King's aid then. He has memory magic.
So he'll be able to tell she's full of shit.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. To just going. Yeah, or to just straight up sneaking in when nobody's looking.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just like, I would rather be here and potentially in trouble than literally any place else at the moment. Okay? Because in here, I'm surrounded by a bunch of very powerful casters. 5 minutes later, oh god, they're all insane.
Well, it depends on which guild you go for. If you're the Black Bulls, then yeah, they're all insane.
It's just like, I will be perfectly fine and safe in here. 5 minutes later, oh god, they're all nut jobs.
Mm-hmm. Especially if you disturb Yami while he's taking a dump. He will kill you.
The more you know.
It's happened a few times in the series. I'm not going to lie.
Like, he has just canonically dusted somebody for interrupting him on the loo.
Yeah. Yeah, no. One very interesting one. Someone was in a fight on the other side of the kingdom. And you know how I told you earlier about his ride, his chauffeur, Finral?
Yeah.
He created a new spell, which is basically his normal teleportation spell, but it's kind of got like a homing missile sort of function to it.
Did he teleport his boss off the pot?
No. So the way that his magic works is he can only send people to places that he's already been before.
Okay.
And there was this really comical moment where he was fighting his brother and two others. And one of the others was like, ha, you can't hit me with that. I wrap myself up in a bronze cannonball. Yeah, the spell just sucked him up and the cannonball and then sent him right in front of Yami, who was on the loo, who then said the words, and I quote, "You made it go back in, you are going to die." He's like, ah! He gets punched the living daylights out. He just punches the living daylights out of him and then asks him, wait, who are you?
It's like,
ow.
It's like, wait a sec, I don't know you from a hole in the ground.
Basically, that's what ended up happening. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Aurora, I think she would probably just go with whoever the heck looked like they could keep her any modicum of safe. So it just becomes, hey, who's that? Oh, we recruited them yesterday. What did they do? Heck if I know.
Yeah, they're in the infirmary. I wonder why. Apparently, they went to the Black Bull's hideout. Why? Well, not on purpose.
Why did they go there? Apparently, she got lost. How badly lost do you need to be? Apparently, that tier.
Yeah, and the thing about the Black Bull's hideout, unlike the other hideouts, the rooms change and they move around for reasons.
Do I dare ask?
There's a very sick, bedridden member of the Black Bulls who needs other people's mana to survive, basically.
Ah, so the rooms kind of cycle around so they get some kind of variety in their environs.
Yeah, and it also means that he doesn't accidentally kill someone by draining their mana too much.
Because rooming next to this man is a hazard for your continued health and safety.
Basically. So he changes the rooms up, and every now and again he's able to walk
He's able to kind
around
of
the castle a
get out
little
of bed
bit.
and putter around.
Yeah.
Ah, you see you're having a good day. How can you tell? You're out of bed.
No one knows that he's a part of the squad, or even know of his existence.
He's just kind of there.
Yeah, he's considered to be the ghost of the Black Bull hideout.
It's like, boss, I think we're haunted. No, we're not.
If we were haunted, this would be bad luck and a bad omen, and I wouldn't have picked this place. Okay, Yami. Damn, that was an interesting response. But yeah, Yami made him a very honorary member of the Black Bulls because he literally owns the house that they live in.
It's like, I've never seen him before. How is he a member? He kind of owns the building.
Yeah, he's kind of our landlord.
Oh. Sorry for panicking.
Yeah, they only find out when the place gets attacked.
And he's just
basically,
and he just pops out like, "Excuse you," and your entire species.
well, the dead are attacking the building, and he's just like, well, shit, I gotta do something. So he throws out all the dead people out of one of the windows and then just sort of goes, hello, everyone. And they're like, he talks really slowly. He must be a ghost.
Panic!
Yes. It's just Henry.
Why is everyone panicking? You might have frightened them a little. Oh, my bad!
Yeah, no, only one person really knows that he existed, besides Yami. And that was the one that doesn't have any magic whatsoever.
Whatsoever. So it's like, can we be roommates?
Well, it was more on the lines of he went, don't come anywhere near me. I will drain your mana so much that you might pass out and I don't want to hurt you.
And
he's just
nothing
like,
happens!
He's just like, oh no, I'm fine. I'll come over and clean your room from time to time and chat to you, basically.
Him. Are you real? I have a feeling if we do that, we'll be here all day. If we get into the whole elf thing. Do I still have you in the call? Oh, yes, okay.
There we go, I'm back.
Right. So yeah, it's like, I have a friend! Who's that? The one dude with no mana in his system whatsoever.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, fair.
Yeah, no, he yeah, he has a very good effect on the others in the guild. Let's just say that much.
Aw.
And Henry never really had a friend because
You
anyone who
know,
really got yeah, anyone who got close to him kind of got stuck with their mana being sucked out of him because of his curse that he was born with.
and didn't really get much of a say in.
Yeah, no, he really didn't. But no, basically, he was kind of abandoned by his family.
For his issues, which he had no control over.
And while Yami was looking for a hideout, basically, Yami found him on nearly on death's door, I think.
And took his butt in.
Well, it was more on the lines of Henry went, "Hey, listen, I'm just going to be a liability. Just wait about a week or so and I'll be dead. And then you can take over the place. That's fine." And he goes, "Well, that's a bit of a bad omen. So how about this? I'll bring in people with lots of young, juicy mana to
Sort
keep
of
you alive. So then
passively
that
hoover
way,
from.
yeah, yeah. So then you don't have to die and I don't have bad luck on my hands when I have a new squad of my own."
Yeah, that way I don't have to deal with the mess.
I have not mentioned Charmy yet, but she is my favorite character, and no one could ever convince me otherwise.
Alrighty. So, time to pick a hair color, I guess. Let's go with this one.
Ooh.
Or, well, this one being her natural hair color.
Mm-hmm.
Because due to her issues, she has to dye her hair.
Mm-hmm. Oh dear.
Oh dear, what line haven't I finished this time? Aha! That one.
I found the culprit.
Yeah. Now, she's not really using like an actual dye or anything. She literally just soaks her head in ink,
Mm-hmm.
which is a great idea, but
Eventually, it will bleed back through.
yeah. Or if she goes up against somebody with water magic, just bleh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, poop.
It could be worse. She could come up against Sally, don't you think, All Super?
Do
That girl.
I dare ask?
That girl's got some serious issues.
Do I
Imagine
dare ask what flavor?
imagine Toga from My Hero Academia. Is it Toga? I can't remember her name.
Yeah, that's creepy blood girl with really who's desperately in need of a competent therapist.
Basically, imagine that, but with dissections.
Nope, 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 nope,
That
nope, nope,
yeah,
nope,
that's her
nope, nope,
deal.
nope, 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 nope. No, thank you. No, sir. Beep, Bob. Just.
Yeah. Plus, she uses gel magic, so she would probably take the ink out of your hair, basically.
Yeah, just.
And ironically, she attacks you with a giant axolotl.
That's adorable, but also
Yeah.
terrifying.
But I think it's called a giant gel salamander or something like that.
Oh, oh, absolutely, yes, just. Yeah, just dissected thoroughly, vigorously. And when it's just like, I'd really rather not, thanks. Ah!
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so here's how I'm gonna do this. Yeah, her hair does what it does. Explicit. The way her hair is going to look is pretty explicitly because she's using ink to dye it instead of going to like a professional.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, out of everybody, it's like why do you have so many empty ink wells?
No reason. Are you writing a book? Maybe.
Yes. Are you writing a book? Yes.
Can I read it? It's a work in progress. It's funny
Maybe.
because I don't see any paper in here.
It's like, it's a work in progress. Where do you keep it? Nowhere you can find it. Why? Cue her panicking and just spitting out a reason. Because it's smut. And then she's just like, I'm never going to be able to live this down.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just sort of in the inside going, someone please kill me.
Mm.
Now, it usually this kind of escapes people's notice because they're not really looking at like the bottom of her hair. But the bottom is a bit lighter because, again, a lot of ink is necessary to stain it this badly. And if she were a character in the show, there would definitely be a bit where, like, she decides, you know what, screw it, and just rinses all the ink out and shows up as she really is.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not very likely because, again, the dye is for her own safety.
Mm-hmm.
And while she's not as, like, concerningly pale
Mm-hmm.
as, let's say, creepy Marilyn Manson dude,
Oh yeah. No, he didn't get any sunlight whatsoever.
yeah, that is a you don't get out much, do you, buddy? What was your first guess? The fact that I can see through you.
Wait, I think Gordon knew about Henry as well. Now I think about it. But no one can hear him speak because he whispers.
Because he speaks so quietly.
Mm-hmm. But he considers everyone in the Black Bull's hideout his friend, and
Oh,
he's made his own homemade dolls of them.
that's adorable. Why do I have a feeling they look creepy?
They look like voodoo dolls.
Ah,
Each and
yeah,
every one.
that would do it. But yeah, so basically 90% of the reason Aurora has the anxieties she does is because where she grew up, there was a substantial risk of her being sort of either her being mistreated for her magic or her family receiving that kind of treatment to ensure that she complied.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Makes sense. So magical.
Yeah. The big thing that she's sort of learned how to do to sort of help sort of mask her magic is to sort of shape briars and thorn bushes.
Mm-hmm.
And if somebody does pay close attention, it's all wild stuff
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that she's shaping. It's nothing domesticated.
Mm-hmm.
Because her magic is tied to the wild things of the world.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, so her magic would be something on the lines of wild briar coffins or something like that, where
Yeah,
she wraps people up in briars.
yeah. Or making them into a wall to sort of keep people out of areas.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they're not subtle,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah, definitely, Simon. Ouch.
yeah. She enjoys, she really likes quote unquote dark colors,
Mm-hmm.
but that's just entirely due to her own sort of fashion sense.
Yeah.
It's one of those, I'm not trying to be creepy.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Gordon's personal stat, because every character in Black Clover has a sort of personalized stat. He's got a 5 out of 5 in loneliness.
Oh, poor schmuck.
It could be worse. He could be luck.
Who
His
is,
5
I'm
out.
guessing, not the luckiest out there.
Uh, he's lucky in terms of if if you're on his side, you're probably better off. But if you fight him, he ain't gonna stop, and he isn't gonna stop until he's satisfied that you're done.
And by done, we potentially mean in the ground.
Yeah, he's been given the nickname the Cheery Berserker because he never cries and he never relents. He's always trying to find the strongest person to beat up.
Joyful.
But he does it in the nicest possible way in a Zuko Midoriya's voice, which is,
Concerning.
yeah. Hey, you want to spar? Let's do a fight to the death. Okay, lightning magic boy, calm down.
Chill. Let's just deep breaths.
Yeah. Basically, the reason why the other captains didn't want him is because he pretty much hospitalized his combat opponent, basically. And everyone was like, yeah, no, his magic senses are off the charts, but
No.
he be scary. He be mad. I don't really want to do the paperwork on all of his shenanigans.
Let's not and say we didn't.
Yami was like, I like him. There's something about him. He's very cutthroat. I'm just like you, Yami. One of my favorite Yami moments, though, was when he first meets Julius Novachrono.
Oh, I have an entertaining feeling where this might be going.
So basically, Julius Novachrono at the time, he's now the Wizard King, but he was originally the captain of the Aquadeer. And he basically saw Yami across a beach. Oh no, I haven't talked about the scummy nobles yet. But he sees him across the beach and he just runs towards him and goes, oh, can you show me your dark magic? Please? I'm a big magic nerd. Glistening eyes.
Him. Oh god, it's a shameless dweeb.
Yeah, basically. He's just like, no, you creepy old man. I would never do that. He goes, please, would you join the Magic Knights? And he's just like, no. He's like, please, I'll buy you dinner. He's like, sure. Okay, if you're buying dinner, yeah. He's like, no, no. I'll buy you dinner. All right, fine. Sounds good. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
scummy nobles. Oh boy. They believe they're above all the rest because they have mana reserves.
For days.
Yeah. The royals are just as bad, or at least most of them.
Yeah. Now, Aurora does have very strong reserves, but it's one of those just like. So you've got really strong reserves. Yep. Why do you have them? I don't know.
Step granddad was a royal, maybe? I don't know.
Well, if it's step, then there's no blood
Oh,
relation.
not step. Never mind. What am I on about?
Somebody somewhere had some kind of pedigree. I don't know about it. I imagine there is some kind of magic out there that can act like an arcane paternity test.
Well, considering that they've got food magic and they've got sword magic and whatnot.
Uh, what's the first thing I get? Oh, so if she is, I no.
If she wow, the thing with reincarnation is basically someone did a spell after the elves were made. The elves died, and so people started becoming possessed by elves
If she
that were
is,
taking over the body.
if she has the potentia for that, I don't know about it. If the weird eye shape, the weird pupil shapes, or any kind of giveaway, that's just me having a failure.
No, no. The only indicator that they are elves is they get this weird sort of face paint, and they get coated with like golden aura.
And go a little bit off the deep end.
Yeah, we must kill all humans because humans killed us all, basically.
Right. Because that's a sensible way to go about anything.
Revenge! Okay, Sasuke. That's basically the way I saw it when I first watched it. Okay, Sasuke.
Okay, Sasuke, time to go have a nap.
I will kill you. Okay, okay. Someone's having a bit of a grumpy session.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's Black Clover is really interesting.
Yeah, with Aurora, it's if she hasn't shown any tendencies for it.
Hmm.
So the
She
odd,
hasn't heard any voices in her head or anything like that.
yeah, not that she knows about that can't easily be hand waved as, oh, that's just my train of thought.
Hmm.
If she has heard voices in her head, she don't know about it.
Hmm. Yeah, no, there's a lot of scummy nobles. The worst one for me is Salim Abshantz, I think his name is. He just rubbed me up the wrong way the second that I heard about him. So he walks up to Yuno and he goes, "I am the great Salim Abshantz. It
That's
must be an
nice. I
honor for
don't.
you.
That's nice. I don't know you from a hole in the ground.
Oh, it must be such an honor to meet someone of nobility who offers to fight against you. I'm
Schmuck,
going
I
to
don't know you from a
monologue."
hole in. Schmuck, I don't know you from a hole in the ground.
Yeah. Pretty much he does this whole spiel and then this whole monologue of how no one can beat a royal, and then just kicks his ass and he's just like, I have found someone I need to kill.
It's like, dude, chill.
Mm.
Then we invert. Go
there
here.
there are a lot of other sort of examples. See, the royal family aren't that bad. The Vermilions are probably the most functional family in Black Clover, except for the people at the orphanage. They are definitely the best in terms of family ties. The worst is the king, yeah. So in Black Clover, they have a king and they have a wizard king. They're two separate roles. Originally, um, originally, if you were, oh, wow, the first wizard king was a royal, basically. I think you got a little bit of the black on her thumb.
That's a. That's
Oh,
gonna.
right, okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
gonna be.
I forgot about that bit.
Yeah, that's gonna
No
be
worries.
masked by this, so don't worry about it too much. Yeah, just for
Yeah.
some reason the black tint underneath carried through,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't rightly know why, but eh.
Mm-hmm.
She looks fine as is.
Yeah. So the thing about the king is that he rules the entire country, but he basically does nothing for the country. He's just the glorified sort of poster boy,
He's the figurehead.
basically. Julius does everything basically from what we've seen in the show and in the manga. Basically, he
Wizard
does
King is
this.
the one who actually gets it done.
Yeah, he does. He's the only one who really does anything. And the king just sort of puts his name on whatever Julius sort of does, basically.
Delightful.
Because Julius is liked by the people, but he isn't, and he kind of is a bit jealous of him of that, and it's quite funny to see those interactions.
There we go.
That looks fantastic.
Yeah, just let me
Mm-hmm.
let me just go through and tidy some stuff up.
Mm. You see, the thing about the Silver family is that they're all suffering from grief, and they're all going about it in different ways. Nozel is just keeping out of the entire thing and trying to get over it his
Eh,
own way.
everybody needs
Well,
everybody needs therapy.
mhm. While the twins are basically torturing the sister that killed her, basically.
Is this one of those mummy died in childbirth, so it's your fault?
Basically, but Nozel does nothing to stop them because despite the fact that he doesn't like what they're doing, he doesn't like her and he hates himself for it. Because, yeah.
Right.
And Nozel isn't exactly a nice person at the beginning.
But she gets better.
Wow, when Noelle starts showing that she deserves some acknowledgement, Nozel eventually does come round. Unlike her twin brother and sister, no, is it Solid? And I can't remember the name of the sister. She's that memorable.
Oof.
But Solid has actively bullied Noelle and has also tried to face her in open combat, to which she absolutely thrashed his ass.
I was gonna say, boy, I don't see this going well for you.
Yeah, no, she.
One unceremonious curb stomp later. I warned you.
Yeah, basically, she told him that she is not weak anymore. Hair flip.
And then one unceremonious kicking later.
Mm-hmm. But she did save all her siblings. Nebra, yeah, of course, Nebra, yeah.
Yep. Now she does have. Now her outfit is very plain,
Mm-hmm.
but I am gonna do now some little just a little sort of pop of color for it.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I'm basing her outfit off of ancient Viking shenaniganery, that wouldn't be much of anything without the jewelry.
Yeah.
Because everything we found is that they liked very ornate sort of decor for themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, when you have a society where the chief complaint of the people you're visiting for trading is they're too well groomed and polite, they're stealing our women. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna do something over here for a sort of pin for her apron.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I
Yeah, it's
do
just
remember
a
reading that
yeah,
somewhere.
it's a verb slash job description.
Basically.
Yeah. Yeah, basically she the sort of the items she does the ornamentation she does have
Hmm.
is 100% like what she could what was already stuck to her little dress apron front thing when she realized, okay, things have escalated way more than I anticipated. I need to be not here.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say it was something on the lines of to go on a raid. That does make sense.
Yeah. Basically, she realized that she could no longer stay in her homeland. It was one of those, I don't want to go, but I have no choice.
There we go. Sorry about
It's
that.
alright. Yeah, I decided to go with flowers because, again, it's the whole sort of nature magic
Hmm.
shtick.
Yeah, makes sense.
Like, there's one in her hair and one sort of like one that was already pinned to her apron when she put it on when she was like, okay, I need to be not here.
Yeah.
And one of the things she would kind of have to be doing while on her own little sort of character development arc is realizing that running away from home basically didn't make her a coward, it made her smart.
Hmm.
Because she does sometimes think of herself as a coward for running away, for quote unquote running away from her problem.
Yeah. Yeah, I think what something that Fugolion would probably say, there's no fear in running. If you keep running, that's where.
Yeah, the only issue was because she grew up very sort of isolated, i.e., in the woods,
Hmm.
she didn't exactly know her geography very well. Like,
Yeah.
she can orienteer like nobody's business, but when it comes to, okay, where is the border of here and here? She's like, uh.
I know this flower tastes nice. That's basically her.
It's like, how did you get here in one piece? Uh. How are you alive? Eh.
Oh, I ate good. I did this. I didn't travel at night because it's dangerous at night.
Yeah. Yeah. And she does. It's one of those. Don't mind me, I'm just looking through these to see if I have an amber.
Mm-hmm.
Which it appears I don't.
That's close. That one looks fairly close to amber to me.
This one?
Yeah.
Let's put a little dollop of it on screen. Yeah, just add a little bit of a red overlay and that'll be perfect.
Yeah. Perfect.
Up one layer, down the opacity.
Perfect.
Combine. Yeah, so now the beads aren't like full on
Mm-hmm.
amber, but they are very close.
Mm-hmm.
Because I imagine that due to what amber is, it is very expensive for this tech level.
Mm-hmm.
So they are not genuine amber, but they are something very close.
Yeah.
And her little flower pins do have a little amber core. What would go well with everything else about her?
Maybe
That's
like a. Ooh, yeah. Definitely. That's pretty good. Yeah, that looks fantastic. Hmm. You could write a monster girl story. What would it be about? Hmm.
well, I suppose it depends because I get a lot of story ideas, a lot. So it would be mostly just trying to pick one.
Mm-hmm.
And if anybody's wondering what I'm doing right now, I'm just adding a highlight to some of the beads to show light kind of playing off them.
Mm-hmm. I think if I had to sort of think of anything along those lines, I think I'd go for something like Menmo Michi Rise Up, where it's a guy who is isekai'd into a monster girl world, basically. And him losing his absolute mind.
In terror, in awe, in just get me out of here.
I don't know. Up to him. It'd probably be more out of I read about this. Basically, it might end up being something on the lines of throwing Felix in front of a kitsune and seeing what happens.
Because we all know what will happen.
Mm-hmm. A kitsune running from the very happy Felix.
Yeah. Her girl. Yeah, that could be interesting because the world of the Monster Girl Encyclopedia poses a whole different flavor of dangers for those of the female sex.
True.
Yeah, I do think something that would kind of concern the adults around her is how kind of the adults that are around Aurora, because there are adults here, I swear to God. I think what might sort of worry them a bit is how both grown up and childlike she seems. Like, on one hand, she can do risk assessment and handle things seriously like a pro, but on the other hand, there are just things that she does not get. Hmm. I know I've got her doing this little sort of vine thing here, but should that also be resulting in a larger spell taking effect around her?
Mm-hmm. Hell, for all we know, maybe the magic of the universe might actually turn her into an an odd monster girl. She might get hit by the monster girl Bray, as it were.
I meant Aurora in universe.
Oh no, sorry, that was my bad. I was just reading what someone typed up.
Yeah, monsterization is always a big concern and health hazard.
Mm-hmm.
What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to start small and then scale it up.
Mm-hmm.
And this is her sort of. If this were to be tied to a spell, it would probably be like her sort of protective barrier.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is what gets cast when she feels the need to protect something or
Yeah.
someone. Instead of the gentle leaves, they're covered in thorns.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like, as I was saying, like, Aurora can do a lot of very serious thinking,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, she can also be very kind of immature
Right.
because she does not. Because for all of her magic, she does not know how to teenage girl.
Makes sense.
Because once her magic came in, she kind of had to grow up fast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Judging by that, I think she'd make a very good member of the Blue Rose Knights, to be honest.
Yeah. Heck, they might just take one look at her and how, like, sort of dour and pitiful she looks and go, "We'll adopt her."
Soul just standing there. She kind of reminds me of you, Shar. Call me Captain Soul. All right. All right. All right, Shar. Just call me Captain. That is a running gag throughout the entire show.
It's just, I'm your captain, address me as such. Kicked puppy noise.
Basically, that's her internalized voice. Just Soul, shut up.
If you could stop being a disaster for 5 minutes. Yeah, because, I mean, at first blush, she does look kind of like, if she doesn't have her accoutrements on, she can very easily pull off the "I'm extremely pitiful."
Mm.
Like, I think this would be less the sort of thorn barrier and more the sort of I would
Tack vine.
I would like things to not be touching me. Now, okay, thanks, bye.
Ooh, do you know what you could do?
Yeah, it's one of those like, hey, her magic looks kind of like yours. Do you think you're related? No.
Could she be standing on a flower?
May
Sort of like be sort of raised up by a flower while these
Are there
vines start
any
tapping the
monster
ground.
girls you absolutely will not talk about?
Oh yes.
Anything I can mistake for a child without thinking on it too hard.
Yes. Basically is the answer, yes.
If there's bad lighting and I can mistake it for a kid, I ain't touching that with a 10-foot pole. No. Nuh-uh. You can't make me.
Hmm. But also any insectoids because they creep Susan out.
Well,
Only recently have they really proven to be a bit of a phobia.
I I do not begrudge the insectoid monster girls their existence. Just don't expect me to like them.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't fault you for existing. I will not begrudge you existing. Just please stay way over there. Away from me.
If I hear
Uh,
those legs come clickety clackling all the way up towards me. Oh
I
no.
will get out the industrial can of Raid.
Yeah. Raid all the way.
Yes, it has everything to do with the fact that I am a parent.
Yes.
It's just a no, 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 no. Yeah, it's like the what will I draw?
Mm-hmm.
If looking at it makes me feel like the FBI open up meme should be playing, I ain't doing it. Nope.
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
No, I'm not going to tell you too much about Sylph then.
Oh, I've seen her. I know she exists. It's kind of a could you please look a little more grown up? Please.
And the fact that she's constantly fighting with other characters in the show to get Yuno's affections just makes it that much more creepy. But Yuno being the ever professional and almost embodying you, Susan, just goes, no.
Just come back when you've hit puberty.
Well, she's a small, tiny fairy thing.
Yeah, it's just no. I don't care that you're some sort of supernatural entity. The answer is no.
Mm.
Part of me wants to make the flower, like you mentioned earlier, like a lily of some kind.
Yes, definitely.
Because lilies are very sort of strongly tied to things like purity and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And she was fleeing essentially arcane corruption.
Yeah.
Because you know the people who were thinking about this weren't gonna let her stay as is.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Do you need a reference for a lily?
That might be nice, yes.
Do you want something on the lines of a lily pad or a lily in general?
Like the stuff they tell you not to have in the house if you have a cat.
Ah, yes. I know exactly the one that you're talking about.
Like a Easter or a Christmas lily.
These are the ones that are often in my house. So I'll just quickly.
What Monster Girl profile do I plan on doing next? Well, I could cover the brand new one they've just rolled out, or I can do some more some more videos about the world building. We'll see how things go. Currently, I am recording a reaction/review. Thank you. I'm currently recording a reaction/review to fizz bands.
That's going to be a good one, to be fair.
Yeah, we got through some of it and just... Okay, I'm gonna be blunt here. Some of it is busted. Like, in a good way.
Yeah. Yeah, no. The lilies that we have here in England that I often see are very weird and curled up in the corners.
Well, I'm pretty sure lilies just do that anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they've amped up how Dragonborn do. To, like, a stupid degree, but stupid in a good way.
Mm.
I kind of like that it's sort of crinkly at the ends.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, she wholeheartedly believes that if she had stayed, she would not get to stay as she is.
I can safely say that Susan has played a little bit of Mass Effect, and
The Rachni hit a primordial fear response button I did not expect them to hit.
neither did Felix think so. But
Yeah.
he couldn't help himself from giggling. He did try, bless him.
It was funny, but it was also just like, die, 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 die.
Please put that thing back where it came from. Also help me.
How many hours? I have no idea right off the top of my head. But that's just because I have a really, really bad memory for things like that.
I'd probably say, without actually knowing how many hours you've actually spent in there, I'd say roughly about 6 to 8 hours, maybe. Because you've probably done 3 or 4 so far. Parts to it, anyway.
Yeah, I've gotten to some of the sort of important story beat bits.
Mm.
I know enough about what's going on. Let's say that much. Yeah.
She might not. She might finish Kingdom Hearts for we know. We don't know.
I'd have to start playing Kingdom Hearts first. And I'm told that series' chronology is just an absolute acid trip.
I'm not going to lie. I watched one video on it and I practically felt my hair being pulled out.
From just sheer sanity damage.
Basically.
Now let's just add a little bit of... Hey, hon. You have a Gideon.
How's the Gideon doing?
How is Gideon, sweetie? That's good. Okay, so get rid of that. And we're going to have to sort of scale up the lily.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is probably sort of like her kind of big tier, like, defense type deal. Okay, you know what? Let's add a couple extra pixels on both sides. Let's add a couple extra pixels on either side. There we go. Okay, let me just do one thing really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Now that's gonna. That's not gonna keep bugging me. Oh, the main. Oh yeah, but yeah. The lily is probably her sort of like quote unquote ultimate defense technique.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of romances in Mass Effect. Some of them might be, in Felix's words, the only true path, and some of them may not be.
Right.
Yeah, and Kat does love her ships. She does love her ships. That's
Yep.
true.
And now we bring in the lily's stem. Yeah,
It could be like a little joystick, so she can just sort of raise it up and pull it down again.
basically the lily is very much her sort of ultimate defense.
Mm.
Because if need be, she can just kind of hoover herself. She can just sort of close the petals around herself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, why are you like this today?
It's that one.
There we go. I like Leon. James Jacob. Why do I have a bad feeling about. Anyway, but yeah, yeah, the lily is kind of Aurora's ultimate defense technique,
Yeah.
but while it's going, she's very much kind of pinned down.
Yeah.
This is not me making her into like a little sort of Thumbelina type. This is just me shrinking her down. This is me making it so she can actually looks like she can stand in the lily.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of. Basically, first up, it moves her a lot of a way off the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Which can be very helpful depending on your opponent du jour.
Mm-hmm. Though she is very susceptible to fire magic, for example.
Fire, cold.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, if it would put a plant in the ground, it's a problem for her.
Mm-hmm.
But as she discovers more types of plant, it will become less of an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if she discovers something that's more sort of cold hardy, basically a lot of her plants are tied to what she knows about when it comes to plants.
Mm. Is it weird when I saw Simon Pooke Owl, my brain first, for some reason, thought of Alien Isolation. For some reason, my brain went straight there, and I'm like, oh no, definitely not the alien. Oh boy, no.
That
And I thought,
that would have her just
why?
shrieking internally forever and ever, amen.
Mm-hmm.
And externally. And then have her just be
Mm-hmm.
paranoid for a bit.
Especially since that thing can hear your microphone and hear you breathing.
That's trippy.
That thing is, yeah, they that's the way that they did it anyway.
That's okay. Don't worry about it. Homework, classwork is important.
I don't know what AL is either, to be.
Azure Lane. It's a quote unquote girl collector type game where you collect anthropomorphized versions of various various warships from World War II.
Okay.
But yeah, I do think, yeah, I think I do agree with you that the blue roses would probably just look at her and just go, okay, we're bringing you home now.
Yeah. Sister.
Her, wait, what?
Soul, you're now my new sis.
Her internally, I have a family. Who are these people?
Charlotte just standing there. You will uphold the nobility of the Rose Knights. Da 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 da. And you're just
By
like,
the way,
huh?
by the way, we don't like men. Her. In her head, you know what? Not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth.
Mm-hmm. Soul just in the corner. It's okay. With Shara around, we'll all be fine. Just call me Captain Soul. Okay, Shar.
Yeah. And what would be just comedy gold is if somebody sees her doing like her thorn shenanigans, looks at the woman in charge of the group and goes, I didn't know you had a relative.
She's there going, I cut off all ties from my relatives a long time ago. After my magic went absolutely haywire, you turn around. Me too! Ah, no.
It's like, oh, you had to leave your family because of your magic? Me too! Her. Internally, please don't be a sister. Please don't be a sister.
If she's connected to me by curse, I am so sorry for this poor woman. Because she's got to tell someone that they love them.
Because she has to confess romantic feelings for someone. Ew. Well, it's not really an ew, but it's just like, I am so sorry, little miss.
Mm-hmm.
You did not ask
I
for
feel your
this.
pain. You did not ask for this, but you are faced with such a heavy burden.
Her internally,
I'm with you.
what is this woman on about? Should I be concerned?
I sense issues.
Her just, I may not be the most socially astute, but I smell issues.
Maybe rose fragrance in rose fragrance.
And issues. Sees
Definitely
how this
issues.
woman acts around Yami. Oh, she has it bad.
Well, the thing is, she only does it in her head. Outward appearances,
She's,
she does not look like she likes him in
yeah,
any form. She is very good at hiding it.
yeah, just, you're abusing your existence privileges.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what doesn't help is the fact that she's constantly being asked to be married by every Tom, Dick, and Harry that finds their way into her circles, basically.
She's just like, yeet!
Well, no, she just lifts them up in the air with her briar magic, and they're like, oh no!
Mistakes have been made! Yes, yes, they have been. Yeet!
In other words, she'll only allow a man to marry her if they can physically best her in a fight.
And so far, only one schmuck has done that.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Yeah, just there might potentially be conversations just so where it just like points on a map. Where is your family from? Her. I don't understand 90% of what's on this.
Oh, cool! You have a mountain on here. Where's that?
Just her going, oh no, she's an idiot.
I need to teach her geography. That's basically what goes through her mind. Damn it.
Yeah, just so here's how you read the map. Her. Oh, I started over there. Her in her head. Oh no, this girl's a potential diplomatic incident on legs.
Yeah. You came from this country?
Yep.
Pulls out sword. Just slightly.
Yeah, just. Yep. My parents were farmers.
Puts it back slowly.
Or yeah, or it's just like, yep, we lived in the woods. Still mildly concerned.
If you go down to the woods today, you're bound to get a surprise.
Now I'm just imagining like her and some of the more sort of urbanite girls like going out on an adventure in the woods, and she's just happy as a clam, and they're just like, make it stop.
Because all she's doing is just singing that song.
No, it's because she knows the woods like the back of her hand, and they don't really.
Mm-hmm.
So she's just like, why are you girls panicking? Everything is perfectly fine. Please stop screaming.
Technically, they can fly on brooms, so it would probably be flying over the forest. But okay, I agree.
Well, it's like they're going on like a team building camping trip.
Oh god, that would be hilarious. I really need that episode.
Like, where are we going? Camping. Cool. They arrive, and Aurora, who has practical woods experience, is just like, all of you are going to die.
Well, no, Charlotte would be fine. Soul will be fine. Anyone watching the energy that they give off will be absolutely hilarious. Soul will constantly try to sort of sneak in to see Charlotte in the nude
And be
while also
and not get caught. And just be
She doesn't mind getting caught. The thing is, if someone else tries to call her out on it, she gets a bit defensive.
That's where the trouble comes.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, and Aurora's just like, you two are weird.
Mm-hmm.
And then goes back to whatever she was doing. Or like what I'm thinking is like a sort of a team building exercise with like the whole guild.
Yeah.
Some of the girls will do just fine. Others will have never been in the woods before and probably court death.
Well, one of them has wings magic, and she'll just fly around everywhere. So she'll just be flapping around here like, yeah, no, she needs to land or do something else.
Please. Yeah, just looks at some of the some of the more sort of urbanite girls. It's just like, okay, listen up. Holds up example of fantasy universe poison ivy in a gloved hand. Don't touch this. Do not touch this. Do not let this brush against your skin. Why? Thinks about it a minute. You know what? I believe in consequences being the teacher.
Throws it at their faces. Yeah.
Gilligan cut to later. Why are some of us covered in poison ivy? Yeah, because once you get that stuff on your hands, it does not leave you easily.
Mm-hmm. At least not for a while.
Yeah. But anyway, thank you all so much for stopping by, and I hope to see you all again soon. Bye for now!
I say bye.